Hello and welcome to the very first offering of the Pittsburgh Real Estate Show. I'm going to be your host, Alex Giannetti, and I hope to bring you valuable and timely, not to mention useful information about the real estate market here in the Pittsburgh area. And since we're in January, beginning of a new year, people are looking at goals and resolutions. I found it only appropriate that we take a look at what are the experts predicting for Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas of Pittsburgh for 2015. So I've got some things prepared for you. I hope you enjoy it, and most importantly, I hope you come back and see week after week what I have in store for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with a bit of a rant. In Western Pennsylvania, we're part of the West Penn Multi-List, and the West Penn Multi-List is what kind of guides our multi-list service that we list and sell all of our properties on. And they have access to all kinds of fantastic data, and unfortunately, they don't give that out. And so even the National Association of Realtors, here is a shot from the National Association of Realtors. You can see that all these different areas have specific housing market data available, except for the Pittsburgh region because of what the multi-list does, and they hang on to it. So the information I'm going to bring you today is coming from Zillow. I have to give you a bit of a warning that Zillow typically is really not a good resource for research. And I know a lot of home buyers and a lot of home sellers go there to look at values of homes, but their values are notoriously off and inaccurate. However, the information that I found in regards to the area, I did also find consistent information in regards to the information I'm sharing with you today on other sites such as Money Magazine and Forbes. So I found what I'm sharing with you today to be very, very in the ballpark of what we're looking for. So let me go ahead and get straight to it. The area home values that we saw and growth that we saw in 2014 was fantastic, especially here in the North Hills. The data that I have for you here with some of these places, Cranberry, Hampton, McCandless, and Ross, all are North Hills areas, but again, was limited to that because of what resources Zillow had. Wasn't as complete as I would have liked, but I'm going to go ahead and use what was given to us and go ahead and check that out for you. But as you can see, Cranberry is the first example, 283,500 is what homes are valued at now on average, and they saw a 9.1% appreciation in 2014. The projected appreciation, however, for 2015 is 3.2%. And you can see that across the board. All the other areas, Hampton, McCandless, and Ross, are very similar in terms of the appreciation we expect to see in 2015 is significantly reduced from what the actual was in 2014. It's good news for the housing market. It means that we are still growing, just not at the crazy pace that we were growing at before. Now, Zillow also had some predictions. And here are some of the predictions that were backed up by some of the other sources I told you about earlier. And we're going to see rents start to increase. And as rents increase, it's going to have an effect on the market. I'll talk about that in a second. Builders are building, but they're building more cheap and affordable homes, which is also good for home buyers. And millennials, that's easy for you to say, millennials are the age group from 23 to 34. And they are expected to overtake the Gen Xers as the largest group of home buyers starting in 2015. This is a group of folks that's highly educated. In the past, has had some trouble getting jobs when they got out of college, very nervous to buy homes in an unstable housing market. Well, now that things are starting to get a little bit better, interest rates are low, job market is good and strong, these folks are beginning to buy, and we're going to see in 2015 that they are going to be the #1 home buyers, which is fantastic. They're tired of paying these rents. Their rents are going to start going up, and so they're going to become home buyers. It's going to be a great thing for us. Home buyers in 2015 are going to have a lot more negotiating power, and you're going to understand why as I get back to you on these other slides. Now, Pittsburgh has been named the best market, #1 market in the nation for first-time home buyers. And the reasoning for that specifically is some of the things I just went over as it relates to the millennials. There is a huge number of those folks here in the Pittsburgh area where you have affordable housing, low interest rates, and a market that's going to be prime for purchase. So we can expect to see a lot of activity for first-time home buyers in the Pittsburgh area. Now, if you're going to be selling your home in 2015, you're going to have a lot of competition on your hands. the best time to sell would have been at the end of 2014, but that ship has sailed, folks. What's going to happen is that these sellers are going to expect this great appreciation that we saw in 2014, but it's just not going to be there. We're going to see that start to slow down. What's going to happen is you're going to have buyers that are going to be very, very picky, because as the number of homes on the market builds up and the number of days on the market builds up, buyers are really going to have a lot more options. So if you're going to be selling your home in 2015, I've got some really good advice for you. Here's how you can make your home stand out from others, and here's what's going to put you in the best situation to actually sell and be unscathed by this, but come out smelling like a rose. Number one is prepare your home for sale now. Don't wait until a couple weeks before you call a realtor over, put a sign up in the yard to get your home ready. You need to start preparing. It's hard to prepare outside right now with the weather, so work on the inside. Make it as beautiful as possible. Your ideal situation is that your home looks like a model home. Do everything you can to prepare your home to look like a model home. Even on days when you're going to work in the middle of the week, if a realtor comes by to show that property, you want it to be impeccable. You want people to look at that home and say, wow, this is spectacular, so that it stands out from all of the others that are going to be out there. And there will be a lot of others on the market here shortly competing against yours. Price your home correctly. Overpricing your home is a number one mistake homeowners make, and the problem is that the only way you get home buyers' attentions after that is by dropping your price. So start at the right spot. If homes are selling in your neighborhood for $280, don't try to list at $285 because you have great flooring or a spectacular view. Price your home correctly and let the buyers be the ones to drive up the price of your home when they start that bidding war. Have realistic expectations. Understand going in what the market is so that you can be prepared for what's in store for you. More time on the market and more prep work to get your home sold. The more flexible that you can be on your end with closings, with showings, that's going to make your house more attractive. It's going to make your house more visible. More buyers will see your home, and as a result, you should be able to sell your home more quickly. Choosing the right realtor is going to make all the difference, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. If you're buying in 2015, man, you're going to get the pick. You're going to be able to choose whichever home you like. There's going to be a lot of inventory. You're not going to have to settle for anything. So you get a chance to be choosy. That's great. However, do yourself a big favor and be prepared. Be prepared by being pre-approved. There's a big difference between being pre-qualified and pre-approved. Make sure you know what that is and that you know what you want to spend so that when you do see the home you want, you can make that offer and get it under contract. However, be patient. Don't go buy the first home you see. You're going to have so much to choose from. You're going to have a great time going out looking at properties and then making the right decision. Get back to choosing the right realtor. Whether you're buying your home or selling your home, you really need someone who's got their finger on the pulse of the market, someone who really knows what's going on, someone who knows the specific areas that you're looking at, that you live in, that you want to sell in, that you want to buy in. Make sure that you choose the right guy. I am that right guy. I'm here giving you this information. I'm out there pounding the pavement each and every day to work hard for my clients, and I'll do the same for you. But choosing the wrong realtor can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. So I hope you liked the show today. I hope that you'll continue to check in week after week for new topics and useful information that you'll be able to use. If you have a question for me or a suggestion for a topic that you'd like me to have me cover or like me to talk about in the future, email me at agiannetti@remax.net. Again, I thank you for tuning in. I'm Alex Giannetti, and this is the Pittsburgh Real Estate Show. If you're a buyer or a seller, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep the American dream from becoming a nightmare.